Hello again. Today I'm going to be trying a new setup for the chilling system. Today I'll be using a bucket that is nearly solid ice with a chilling coil frozen in it, and of course my 50-foot chiller, and passing the garden hose through the pre-chiller and into the kettle chiller. And we'll see if that makes a big difference on time. Okay, we've got a good rolling boil going on, and the chiller's been submerged maybe 10 minutes ago to sterilize itself. Have our about 100 degrees Celsius, right where it should be. And we're going to turn off the burner and move the kettle over to a cooler area, and then we'll start chilling as fast as possible. Okay, the burner's been moved to a cooler spot. The chiller has been turned on. Water's flowing through the coil, and of course flowing through the frozen pre-chiller. And I'll set up now for whirlpooling, and that should help quite a bit as well. Right now, before whirlpooling, we're sitting at about 190 degrees Fahrenheit. The motor's on, whirlpooling is started. And now we'll just watch the temperature and see how long it takes to get below 80 degrees. Just a quick rundown of what I have here. I have a old keg I found at a scrapyard. Almost all the fittings I bought are from bargainfittings.com. A couple things like the brass and the vinyl here that I'm not actually using to pass Wort through. That's all Home Depot stuff there. Just about everything I bought from bargainfittings.com here, including the silicone, the cam lock release. The March pump I found on eBay for about 120, I say, and the Wort chilling coil found at learntobrew.com for $65. All the other fittings and stuff in there came from bargainfittings.com, and this chiller I actually borrowed from a friend. Not sure if it's homemade or if it was bought, but it's just a small 25-foot. I think it's actually a 3/8, could be half-inch copper, I'm not positive. So that didn't cost me anything, but I have to give it back, so I'll probably end up buying another 50-foot. And let's see, the burner, of course, I bought on Amazon. I think that was 75 bucks, I think. We're about 7 minutes into the entire process from when I turned on the other camera. And probably, I'd guess, maybe 5 minutes since I took it off the burner. We're at just below 110 degrees and still dropping regularly. Doing pretty good. The whirlpooling is pretty good whirlpool going on. And the ice bucket is melting as I predicted it probably would melt. It's actually melting a little faster than I thought it would melt. But the groundwater here is over 70 degrees today, so yeah, I sure wouldn't take long. Okay, looks like we've gone below 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hard to read. There it goes. Just below 90. I anticipate this is going to be the longest part of the process, but we'll keep it going and see how long it takes. While we're waiting for this last 10 degrees, I'll show you my little setup here. I built this all from materials at Home Depot. Probably should paint it because I know it will rust eventually, but just installed the burner. Everything is adjustable. I can lower the burner, raise the burner. Nothing is welded. March pump is installed about a foot below the kettle, but installed with a plastic bracket, which I'm discovering wasn't a very good idea. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the steel bracket because the plastic is actually starting to soften and the pump is starting to slip out a little bit. And then I put that rubber gasket material to protect it from heat and liquid from getting inside. And that's about it. Got my switches and plugs, and of course everything is GFCI, so I don't have to worry about any of that. And let's check in on the temperature and see how that's doing. Well, we've hit the 80 degree mark, which is where I want it to be. However, this thing is working so well, I'm going to just let it go and see how cool it'll actually cool this. Oh, never mind. Well, it's a good thing I used GFCI everything, because I just had a major malfunction here on the hose clamp. Just popped off the hose and pretty much exploded water all over the place. Luckily it didn't really get near the electronics at all, but if it had, GFCI would have kicked in and I would have been okay. Looks like the temperature drop is kind of stalled out. I'm at about, I'd say, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's definitely slowed down. So getting below 80 hasn't really increased that much. I imagine if I had a solid pre-chiller, solid block of ice, that might help a little bit more. It wasn't completely solid when I started, but next time I'll have it completely solid and see how that helps. The next time I'll be doing this test will probably be the real thing. I'll actually have Wort in here, and we'll see how that works.